and welcome to another episode. It's of Sticks and Skins. Lawrence Foster, Dr. D, here to get into week two of the NFL. Our predictions, just a bit of a preview, and the Bills, Raiders, and much more. But first, Lawrence, it's finally Friday. What was the highlight of your week?
Highlight of my week, probably the last 3 hours game night.
Yeah, same,
Always fun.
same.
It's just regular week, so nothing special. Unlike the show, which is full of special.
Special recipe. Special ed.
I
Man.
think this week is like if there was like an NFL storyline, like where they had the script commercial saying this would be redemption week. A lot of
Yes.
teams looking to rebound. Chief among them, the Bills.
Heyo. Trash.
So we'll lead off with them. Like, if in terms of season opener, like letdown, this is like one of the worst ones we already talked about. We won't spend time on it, but
Yeah.
like like Josh and Player said, like they can't let this last game snowball into a second week.
Yeah.
So like they have to bounce back. I don't think it should be a close game if
No.
they're doing what they're supposed to do.
No, same. I guess we'll ultimately see, right? Like if they come out, handle them, they win 28 to 7, 35-10 or whatever, which I think like a 35-10 score is very reasonable, just based on the fact that Devontae Adams might not play. Jimmy G is just okay,
Mm-hmm.
and we're at home. Um, so if we come out and do that, then all right, I'll feel a lot better about the season moving forward. But if we keep it close, and even if we win a close one, like I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, it just yuck. I hate that the season had to start out the way that it did, but as you said, a convincing win here will put us right back on track, and we can see the Jets as a bump in the road. I mean, we lost a tight one to them last year at their place, defensive battle, and we finished 13 and 3. So
Yeah, the whole season in front of us.
yeah,
But the turnaround starts with Josh. Like, does he let last week affect him in terms of like, does he play timid? Does he try to play like Diggs and McDermott did point to his head, so he's like Captain Checkdown.
mhm,
Like that was like when they lost to the Chiefs in 13 seconds. Like nobody blamed him. Last year was the like just we ran out of gas. So like I feel like last this game was like the first time like where the national media was like saying like it was his fault, and
mhm.
so like seeing how he rebounds from that to me is like the biggest part of this week is like does like is he changed in terms of his mentality, or is he still going to be going out there chucking all over and just playing hero ball still?
Yeah, and that's just it. Like he doesn't have to. Like he didn't need to. The defense is playing
No.
relatively well. Um, yeah, you don't need to give them a reason or give them life. But
Yeah, that's the thing is like so like is he going to come out this week and be like I'm just going to keep doing what I do, or is he going to like tone it down some?
I would love to see him have a turnover-free game. He doesn't have, honestly, I feel like he doesn't have a ton of those where he doesn't fumble or throw a pick. That
Mm-hmm.
would be really great for him to have a turnover-free game. Three touchdowns, no interceptions. You know, just a good solid. You don't have to go crazy, throw for 450 yards and six touchdowns. Like, nah, just have just a normal game. Don't put the ball in risky places. Make smart decisions because he was right. Like prior to him starting to turn the ball over, he was having an efficient, solid game.
Yeah, I feel like he gets bored.
Hmm.
Like he doesn't have that Tom Brady ability. He's like, all right, I'm just gonna keep giving it to my tight end underneath, my running back underneath. So aside from Josh, the other thing, like offensively I want to see is like who's going to step up besides Diggs in the receiving game.
Mhm.
Davis was pretty non-existent last week. Sherfield was non-existent. Hardy started off with a lot of targets and just nothing afterwards. It's like who's going to be that person that steps up alongside him?
I mean, yeah, I would think at least one of them would be one of the tight ends.
Yeah. And we ran 12 personnel, I think about like 65% of the time, if I remember what an article I read from The Athletic said.
Good.
It's like we had a high tight end usage, but like I feel like where was like Kincaid wasn't used like he should have been used.
Yeah, and frankly, in a game like that, I would like to see a more commitment to the run. Like Cook only had 12
Mm-hmm.
carries.
Yeah, I will point to his yards per carry, but like with him, it's like most run, like he's gonna get a chunk play here or there, but you gotta give him the chances to,
Mhm.
and that's what makes the stats look better. But like it was like we were in front or in a close game the entire game,
Yeah.
and just like yeah, like you said, just kind of went away from the run.
Yeah, it just in a way feels like Madden where they get behind the sticks and it's just, well, we're just gonna throw every time.
Yep. And you just saw like you see other teams like they're not afraid to run it. Like all right, we gained 2 yards there, we're gonna run it again.
I mean, look at
Oh look,
Philly.
we got six that time. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. That was Philly. So I mean, you got that, and what about defense? Like you looking for from this game?
I want to see what they're gonna do. Like, are they gonna give Bernard another chance? Are they gonna run more dime and have Rap out there? If Poyer gets burned again, is he gonna be on a short leash? Like,
Hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of questions in the secondary in the middle of the field. Like, I feel good about our front four, and I think they'll help the secondary a lot. Um, I'm not sure how good. I don't think the Raiders line is all that good. So I think we should win a lot of matchups there, and yeah, hopefully put pressure on Jimmy. I imagine they'll probably run a lot first and do screens and whatnot just to slow us down. But that's why like playing complementary football is so important. The defense gets a couple of stops. Josh goes down there, gets a couple of touchdowns. All of a sudden, they have to completely change their game plan, and we can let our pass rushers do what they do best.
Yep, yep. And you mentioned the screen game. Like we can't let those things beat them this week.
Yeah,
Like
those
I'd like to
80.
see like no big gash plays from Jacobs. Like if we're gonna if the Bills are gonna lose, it's gonna be because Jacobs just has a game kind of like Swift had last night.
Yep.
And we know under McDermott, like he's like even like last week, they just the Jets busted off a couple big runs that just messed up the field position, messed up the flow. It
Yeah.
seems like every game the defense just has things like that.
I mean, they did in the preseason, and then they did last week, so it's becoming
Yeah.
a bit of a trend.
So like they got to keep Jacobs in check. Like you mentioned about Devontae, like how healthy is he going to be even if he does play?
Yeah, and then they said that their second best guy,
Jacoby.
Jacoby, he's not playing, or he was downgraded to doubtful or out or something.
Yeah, he got absolutely wrecked
Yeah,
last week in Denver on a play. You always forget they still have Hunter Renfro, although I don't know like what he did last week.
yeah, but I mean, like, but he's not going to carry the offense. It's going to be
No.
Jacobs, so we have to bottle up Jacobs and then force them to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I see something on Raiders Wire that Raiders may be forced to increase Hunter Renfro snaps.
Yeah,
They're talking about trading him.
not anymore.
Not today. So yeah, and also special teams. I'd like to see like no big returns. That would be
Oh my
wonderful.
gosh. Yeah, it was like literally in every facet of the game. Big plays on defense, or giving up big plays on defense. Josh turning over an offense. Special teams giving up a touchdown. Like that was a complete team loss.
Yeah, and I think this should be the return of like explosive play this weekend. Like we didn't really have that in week 1.
Yeah.
So I mean, aside from Max Crosby, who could provide issues if I'm the Raiders. I keep lining him up on the right side against Spencer Brown.
And if I'm the Bills, I have Dawson Knox on that side.
Yeah, they should, but like he's also somebody that could make a little bit of trouble for Josh because
Yeah.
we know what Spencer allows.
Yeah, no, which means that we're gonna have to chip him with a tight end or a running
Mhm.
back essentially every play.
So there's some things that could go wrong, but it's a home opener. Like if they're the team we think they are, they should have like an unbelievably huge chip on their shoulder. Like and just be straight up pissed off about losing like they did on Monday night.
Hmm.
And there's no like, yes, you can point to Josh and he had a terrible game, but like
No, it was a
still
team
like
loss.
aside from Zach Wilson's pick, like where was it? Like we allowed a couple of third and longs to Zach Wilson, just like
Hmm.
last year,
Yeah,
on stupid things. Big gash plays, the special teams like mistakes all over
yeah,
on the punt. So yeah, it's a team loss. It should be a team rebound win, and I think we're both in agreement that we win on Sunday.
yeah. No, and it's just one of those things where, like, as a fan, sure, we have no real dog in this fight, but like the emotions, it's just my week will go so much better. I told already, if we lose, I'm not going in Monday.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with that. But
Yeah.
no, and everyone says, "Oh, it's just a game." All right, well then you don't cry during a movie. Like don't like don't get upset at a book. Just a book. It's just a movie.
Yeah, no, I mean, I basically look at it as, and this is what I sort of tell everybody now, like, I have built so much of my identity in the Bills, so like, when they lose, it's like part of my identity is losing, right? A part of who
Yeah,
I am, and so that's why it hurts so much. It makes me so angry, is because it's like a Bills fan is who I am. It's
yep,
everywhere in my life, and I look, we look forward to this part of the year so much, and we talk about it all year long. And so when it's finally here, we expect good things. And, back in the day, we didn't really have great expectations. We just didn't want to get embarrassed. But now we have expectations, and we know the window is short, and Josh is only going to be able to do this for so long. So it's like, we cannot fuck around and waste this.
yeah. You just saw like what happened to Rodgers on a fairly routine play.
Yeah. Although,
Like you never know when
yeah,
that's gonna happen.
I think they should go get Gardner Minshew.
Oh, the Jets, yeah, 100%.
Like, I was talking to Ainsley, and I went out to dinner yesterday, and I was talking to the server, and he's like, I forgot about Gardner Minshew. He's like, he was like, had it not been for Lawrence, he's like, he would have started in Jacksonville, more. I'm like, yeah, like the dude is
Mm-hmm.
good. He's just been behind Trevor Lawrence and Jalen Hurts, and
Yeah,
now a
and
first, a fourth overall pick. Like, nah, the dude can play, especially with that defense. He is an upgrade for sure over Zach Wilson. I would give up a second or third round pick for him and save your season. Because sure, you're 1-0, but man, we're not idiots. You're not idiots. You know that Zach Wilson is not going to lead you to the promised land. Had not for Josh Allen giving you the ball 4 times, you would have got fucking embarrassed.
yeah, I mean that's why they traded for Rodgers and all. If anybody watched Hard Knocks, all Salah talked about was like how like they're different with Rodgers and
Yeah.
but just like in an offhanded way, kind of saying, "Thank God we don't have Wilson."
Yes. No, absolutely. So it's just like, people who could come in and do better. I mean, I think Keenum might still have a little bit left in him. But no, Minshew makes the most sense, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion.
Yeah, just
Like, don't bring in
like
an old veteran. Like, don't go get Andy Dalton. Don't go. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that. Don't go call Carson Wentz or Matt Ryan.
Carson Wentz.
No,
Yeah,
go
I'm
get.
with you,
Yeah.
but it'd be a hard pill to swallow in terms of like, all right, we just gave up this for Rodgers, now we're gonna give up this for Minshew.
But like, in a
Giving
way
up a
though,
pretty
if Rodgers only has like a year or two left, anyways, I mean, I'd rather have
yeah
Minshew waiting in the wings than frickin' Zach Wilson.
yeah. All right, so we agree on the Bills. Our Thursday night game we disagreed on.
Which is total
I said
bullshit.
the Eagles would win. You said
Yeah, the Vikings should have, but
Vikings
they
would
did
win.
not. The better team did not win. Stupid.
Scoreboard.
Shut your mouth.
But it's the same reason I didn't win the our week one difference last week.
Oh,
The Vikings just turned the ball over all the time. The same thing they did this week.
trash ass bitches.
Yeah. Feel sorry for Jefferson over 300 yards in 2 weeks and 0 and 2.
Yeah, well, this week it was his. A big part of it was his fault.
Yeah, but that's the dumbest rule in
Oh,
football.
I know.
I hate that rule.
It's like, well, yeah, like why? Like if a fumble's out the end zone, it comes back to the 5 or something, or the 20.
Yeah,
You're in the
just
red zone. It's yeah something.
don't give him the ball.
Yeah,
That's just
that's
dumb.
like you drive all the way down. But
So in the season, we are tied with our differences. We're going into our predictions for week two. We've already given you. We each think Buffalo's going to win relatively handily. If they don't, it's not a good sign for them.
dude, if we lose, I will legitimately be on suicide watch.
Yeah, like that's like all right, we're not going to go anywhere this year,
No.
which would suck 2 weeks into the season. Green Bay at Atlanta. Let's start there. Two teams coming off wins in week one.
Go
Atlanta beat Packers,
go
so I'm
go Pack go.
whooped on the Bears as usual, even without Rodgers. So based on that, I assume you're going for Green Bay.
Didn't you hear me just say go Pack go?
Or didn't you hear me say, assuming on what you just said, I think you're going Pack?
Yeah.
That was my confirmation of I think you're going that way based on what you just said.
You shut your damn mouth. I say they have Atlanta minus 1.5, which they're at home, so I think essentially Vegas just thinks it's a toss up. And,
Mm-hmm.
and and the over under is 40 points. It seems low
It does seem low.
because the Packers
I
put up
don't think
38 last week.
I don't think Rodgers is not Jones is playing this week.
Yeah, but isn't Christian Watson, isn't he back?
I'm checking right now. I don't think he's playing this week.
Injury.
Uh,
Watson questionable.
so it's usually like a toss up then.
Yeah.
But Green Bay looked impressive. We both thought that like heading into the year that their demise was kind of premature.
Mhm.
They have a solid team and
Love hasn't looked terrible. I say this, I bet the
no.
Bears wish they had Jordan Love.
Okay. Yeah, 100%. I'm tempted to go Atlanta, but I will go Green Bay in this one.
All right. Ravens at Bengals. This is a hard one, I think.
It is. I mean, this is we talk about redemption week. Cincinnati really wants to redeem what they did. I mean, yeah, the Bills lost and Josh played terrible, but we scored more than 3 points and threw for more than 100 yards.
Yeah, Burrow looked like ass. Like he completed
Like,
what,
is
like
it worse to
40,
throw?
45%.
Yeah, is it worse to have three turnovers or have 82 yards pass
4.
in a complete game? So I mean, like with the turnovers, yeah, you get, but at least you're moving the ball down the field some.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The Baltimore's already kind of getting besieged by injuries. Like seems to be their normal. I saw like OBJ didn't practice some of the week. Dobbins tore his ankle.
Oh yeah, I feel bad for him. Achilles.
Who Dobbins? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Just like he seems like just cursed by that. So let's
But
see their injury report. Mark Andrews is questionable. Marlon Humphrey is out. Tyler Linderbaum, their starting center, is out. Ronnie Stanley, their starting tackle, is out. Marcus Williams is starting safeties out.
Dude, Ronnie Staley. That doesn't get talked about enough. How he signs his huge deal and has played next to
Yeah,
no games.
yeah. So to me, like just injury wise, that's a lot missing for the Ravens.
Mhm.
Not to mention Dobbins already out. So it is a tough matchup because I still do think like just the Bengals' early season struggles aren't like a. It's kind of a story now because it's happened 3 straight years.
Yeah.
So it's like a legit thing. But I think I would pick the Bengals to win this.
Yeah, same. And I would do it for not the reasons that you said. I picked the Bengals to win because, sure, Burrow played bad, but Burrow's also a great quarterback. And it's just like with Josh. I feel like these guys, we don't let them have bad days. I feel like we don't let Josh have a bad day ever, or at least the media. Um, but these guys have bad days, and Burrow just had a bad day. And so I think, he's going to come back and they're going to play well. But we aren't. What we didn't talk about is the fact that Lamar Jackson played the trash too. He had a buck 69 and a pick, and it took him forever to pull away from
Against
the
the Texans,
Texans.
but yeah,
So it's just
not a great
like
win.
I believe that Burrow's going to bounce back, and even though Lamar's a much better passer than Fields, Lamar's still not great. And now that he has people, he's yeah, between the injuries and just not getting it done, it just in a way the league's figured you out.
Hmm. Yeah, so
So yeah,
it's a
Bengals.
big matchup for him. So especially because what like the two of the highest paid quarterbacks now
Yeah,
in the same
them
division.
Herbert Hurts.
So yeah, we're both on the Bengal bandwagon on week two.
Hmm.
Seattle at Detroit is next. Seattle with a, I don't think that maybe they lost is surprising, but just the way they lost.
Yeah,
Because I feel like even if the offense stunk, I kind of thought their defense was better than what they showed against the Rams.
same. But I'm sure you and I are both on the same page. Lions win this.
Yeah, Detroit defense played a lot better than we thought week
Hmm.
one, and then I don't think like their offense didn't click much. So I would anticipate them the defense continuing what it's doing, and
Yep.
expect it's like it's a home Detroit win,
Hmm.
and Gino just continues to show that he is who he was pretty much his whole career,
Who do you
and
think
like
you are? I
yeah, he's not yeah. The first half of last year was a
am.
mirage.
Yeah.
All right, next matchup, AFC showdown. Two teams off disappointing losses. Uh, the Chargers at the Titans. Thoughts on that?
I think like the money line, it's like -2.5 for the Chargers, but I don't know. I think the Chargers win by like 2 touchdowns. I don't think the Titans are. I mean, Tannehill's the other quarterback that threw 3 interceptions, but the Titans have nobody. And if Tannehill can't isn't playing well, like they can't do anything. But like, granted, the Chargers, Eckler, he's doubtful, but I mean they have three solid receivers, a solid tight end. Yeah, I think the Chargers by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, like Hooker's out. They're starting safety for the Titans.
Yeah.
Christian Fulton starting corners out, and then they have some unspecified game status stuff. So yeah, Chargers will rebound and win. Titans aren't that good, like you said.
Yeah.
So not gonna be happy they lose. I don't like the Titans.
Hmm.
The franchise annoys me. Uh, Bears at Bears at Bucks. Um, we both think Fields is terrible.
Yeah.
Uh, Tampa Bay came off a nice win in their debut of the Baker Mayfield era. They're home. Uh, I have Tampa Bay in this.
Same. Yeah, no, Baker played. I mean, he started slow. He definitely started slow, but once he got his form, and I think for him, he relies a lot on confidence. And so if he starts making throws and starts believing in himself, it's like that. You know, if we're thinking back to the Madden with Donovan McNabb, his vision cone just opens way
Yeah.
up, and he just starts throwing darts. Plus, he has a lot of really good skill position players, and he's not Justin Fields. So
Yeah. And the only way the Bears win this is if Fields has one of his like, oh, I'm gonna run for 200-yard
yeah,
days. But I don't think the Buck defense will allow something like that.
nope.
So both on the Bucks. The next game I think might be the most entertaining game of the week. Kansas City at Jacksonville.
I mean, it's the one I'm
Uh,
looking forward to the most.
yeah, I wish it was in the 4 o'clock window so I could have that on other than the Bills. But
Oh, I didn't even realize. Yeah, that sort of seems like a waste.
yeah, it does. Especially when you look at the 4 o'clock games. Straight trash. Um, so this is a tough one. Like, it's hard to picture the Chiefs going 0-2. They got Chris Jones back. You can't imagine the receivers would drop as many passes as they did in week one.
Hmm.
And I don't think Jacksonville looked overly impressive against the Colts
Nope.
in week one. Like, everyone's just going off of last year. Oh, they had come back from a franchise that just is snake bitten in the Chargers. And they're like, everyone's like, oh, they only lost by 7 to the Chiefs. Okay. To me, I think the Chiefs rebound. Patty Mahomes gets back on his September track, and they even the record up at 1-1.
Yep, same. I think the only way that the Jags have a chance is that they're able to somehow get pressure on Mahomes and or shut out Kelsey. If Kelsey's not 100% and they can like slow him down, all right, then I think they can keep it close. But I'm with you. I don't think the Chiefs receivers drop as many balls as they do. I frankly, I think they're going to look to Tony early. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah, I have the Chiefs winning as well.
Yeah, just as a like, all right, we believe in you type
Yeah,
thing.
but if he drops them, then I can see them dropping
Yeah.
him.
Then just looking at the injury reports quickly there, Kelsey is questionable, is limited in practice all week.
Yeah.
For the Jaguars, nothing really huge. So relatively healthy heading in, and the Chiefs do have Chris Jones back. So
Mhm.
a game I will have on TV too, but I wish was on like a different window than the Bills because I would like to be able to focus on that game.
Yep.
Uh, Next matchup is the matchup.
Yeah.
Colts at Texans. Two rookie quarterbacks against each other. Um, I think Richardson didn't look terrible in week one.
Agreed.
So like the only interesting thing here would be like what happens. I do think Houston's defense, like last year and this year, has played pretty decently. They just haven't got support from the offense. I think they'll be able to turn over Richardson enough that Colts don't have a good running game without Taylor. So, I mean, in a garbage game, I pick the Texans. I'd
All
never
right.
throw money on this game at all.
Here we differ. I picked the Colts. So Jalen Petrie out. Jimmy Ward is out. Larry Tunsil's questionable. Stroud is questionable. He'll play. But I think that missing those safeties is going to be big. And I think the Colts offense will just because the Colts also have a really good defense. I think anyways.
Mm,
And so I think that Anthony Richardson is able to make plays or enough plays with his feet, and the Colts win a close one.
right, so so far the only difference is there in a game that is not really that great.
Huh.
So we'll see. Niners at Rams. I think the Rams got their win last week.
So they won't go 0 and 17.
Yeah, I don't think the Niners are going to dominate this like they did against the Steelers,
No.
but I do think this is a pretty easy game for them, relatively speaking.
Yeah. You
And
think Tutu or the other receiver? You think they're able to repeat what they did?
I don't know if they both will, but maybe one of them just because somebody's going to have to catch passes, presumably.
Yeah. they're looking for
I
someone to catch
assume you're on
balls,
the
they just
same
call
way.
you.
Yeah, right. Funny guy. But I
Uh,
assume you're on the same wavelength of.
yes. Yeah.
Uh,
No, I believe that they're not, I mean, their defense is really good, and yeah, McCaffrey's looking good. So yeah, Niners by 10 or more.
Well, to answer your question, Puka Nakua, they don't have any injury report as of right now, but he did not practice on Thursday.
Oh, so this
It
is
was an oblique
questionable.
injury. You see that because I'm on the Niners injury report and it says unspecified on game status
Oh, I'm on
from their
ESPN,
website.
and when I click on the game, it says updated today. Puka questionable.
Okay, so he has a little injury. So if I had to put money, I would pick Atwell then because he's not on the injury report. Giants at Cardinals.
Yuck.
Wow.
This is a
And the
trash game.
can Giants get on the board this year? I would presume so. But the Cardinals
Ugh.
defense kind of held up all right against the Commanders last week.
Yeah, but you know.
And I mean, the Commanders have decent receivers, pretty good running back, a couple good running backs. So it's not like they're a terrible offense. Like I don't, and you and I don't both don't like the Giants, but I like the Giants more than I like Arizona by a lot.
Same.
So Giants for me.
Giants. Yep, Giants.
All right, Jets at Dallas. I don't like. I don't
See,
remember when Dallas ever like strung together like big wins in a row.
well, I mean that and Dak hasn't looked good, and so the Jets do have a really good defense, and this could be a very, another losable game, or I guess, yeah, a losable game by Dallas if Dak turns it over. They keep it close. I like the Jets' run game more. So or I mean, I'll pick first. I got the Jets. This is my upset of the week. I think the Jets' defense keeps it close, um, and yeah, they're able to do enough to steal another win.
All right, so difference number two. I think what you saw the Bills' defensive line be able to do, I think the Cowboys do it a little bit better, and they have better overall team speed. Uh, I don't think Dak will have the type of game that Josh did. Uh,
Hmm.
so I think Dallas will win. I don't think it's going to be a very high scoring game at all.
Not me either. It'll be a
But
14-17, 17-21
I
game.
can't imagine like the Jets with 2 games without Rodgers go 2-0. That would be insane.
But they started really hot last year, right?
They did.
So I can't imagine it because it's happened before.
But yeah. All right. So difference number two for us. I'm on the Cowboys. You are on the Jets.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows you're a Jets fan. Moving on to the next one. Commanders at Broncos. Russ did not cook very well. Uh, and
there's so many garbage games.
yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna be watching them as many as I can, but uh, yeah, it wasn't very. What the offense didn't look much different than it did the year before for the Denver Broncos, regardless of Sean Payton being there. I absolutely hated that he decided to do an onside kick to start the year. His like I'm better, I'm smarter than you
Yeah.
shtick. I can't stand Sean Payton. Um, so I think the Commanders win.
Same.
I just like Russ just has not shown anything to me.
Yep. And the Commanders' defense is really solid. They'll put a lot of pressure on Russ. And yeah, it's just because he hasn't done anything since he left Seattle. Not a
Yeah.
thing. So
All right.
yeah, Commanders.
So Washington. The Sunday night game, interesting. The Patriots played a lot. The Eagles a lot better than people thought they would.
Mhm.
Their defense just stymied them a lot. The Dolphins exploded, so you think they would come back a little bit. You don't like you can't figure they would have that like Tua ain't gonna throw for 450 again.
Mhm.
It's at New England, but I guess Tua is undefeated against New England, from what I heard on the radio. So that's kind of surprising. So as much as I don't want the Dolphins to be 2-0, he's 4-0 going 4-0 against the Patriots in his career. But he only has 3 touchdowns in 4 games. It's like they win by other means.
Sorry,
So
cat.
Dolphins for me.
Difference number 3, baby. I'm going Pats. I think they're at home. I think Bill does not let Tyreek Hill go off and go crazy like he did before. And I think those underthrown deep balls, the Bills' defense is going to make them pay.
So you'll have the Jets leading the division after week 2.
Unfortunately, yeah.
All right, Jets fan, do it. All right.
I mean, that's again, I believe that's what it was last year.
Yeah, Miami was there.
Or whatever. It wasn't us.
Yeah, it was not us. Hopefully, it's us when it matters. So difference number 3. All right, we're cruising along here. We'll see who the best is in week 2.
So far we're tied.
The first Monday night game, garbage.
Oh.
Saints at Panthers. I guess it's garbage in the sense like Carolina's not very good, and the Saints didn't look overly impressive in week 1 either.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think like the Saints have a good defense. Carr will play better than Bryce will, so I think the Saints win.
Agreed.
All right, simple enough. And then I think one of the aside from the Chiefs Jaguars, I think this second Monday night game has potential to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, it's like a story of which week 1 story was true. Are the Browns like as dominant as they showed against the Bengals? Like with the run game, their defense, quarterback not playing stupid. And are the Steelers as bad as they showed week 1? And everyone's just on the hype train for no reason. I think fall somewhere in between. I would pick the Steelers to bounce back.
Difference number 4, baby. I got the Brownies. I think Myles Garrett chases Kenny Pickett around. Yeah, I think Watson, like as he continues to just get back and knock off all the rust and whatever else, I think he'll play better. It rained like crazy last week, so if especially if the weather is if it's better, because Pickett in his tiny little hands. Um, so no, I got the Browns winning this one. Browns starting the season 2-0.
Right, so many differences this week.
4. Man, I can't believe I'm only 4 games over you.
We shall see.
Yeah,
So for
I
an
got
uninteresting week, there's more interest in the picks than there was last week.
yeah,
Maybe
Indy,
that's because some are just
Jets,
such garbage.
Patriots, Browns.
If you're all in the AFC's teams being better than Bills. So
What, I mean, well, the Dolphins and Pats play each other, and it's
yeah,
better
I
for
mean, you
us
could
if
pick a
the
tie.
Dolphins lose.
You pick a tie, but I'm not brave enough to do that.
Trash.
So that's the NFL picks for the week. Some fantasy stuff, just anybody who's interested in that. If you were in a survivor pool, who would you pick for your? I can only pick them once this year game.
Stone
Would it be
Cold
your
Lock of the
upset
Century.
special?
Oh,
You said the Jets are your upset special.
right, but that's not my Stone Cold Lock of the Century.
No, it is then. Without having to waste a good team.
Waste a good team.
Yeah, like a survivor pick.
Yeah,
Like
probably the Packers. Because I don't think they're a great team. I think they're just like above average. Um, and if you look at their schedule, they have a lot of, I don't know, like moving forward, they have Saints. I mean, the Saints are better than the Lions and the Raiders. So potentially you could pick them then. I don't know. So without wasting like a really good team, probably the Packers
Solid one.
or the
I
Bucks.
would. Yeah, I was thinking of the Bucks. I would pick the Giants playing the Cardinals.
That's good actually. Yeah, I like
A
that one
team
too.
I wouldn't trust. Like I just went to their schedule. Like they have Seattle, Miami, Buffalo, Washington, the Jets, Raiders, Cowboys, Washington, New England. That like so. To me, like that'd be like, all right, that's probably the most confidence I would have in them is this week. So that would be who I would pick.
Man,
Do you have any fantasy sleepers for the DraftKings or daily fantasy people?
yeah, whoever is the backup running back for the Chargers. Um, because
Kelly, wasn't it?
I'm looking at their depth chart right now. Running back, it's Joshua Kelly. Yep. Um, and so just because Eckler is doubtful, he played pretty well against Miami,
Mm-hmm.
so Kelly would be
That
my
makes
guy,
sense.
and probably the backup receiver or a backup receiver for the Raiders. Um,
What
somebody. I
is
mean,
Devontae's status? Did it say?
nah, I didn't even look. But like, yeah, or just taking Hunter Renfro, because he can get open. He's gonna get catches. So, especially for actually, he's not even on the injury report. But Chandler Jones and Jacoby Myers are out. So then maybe yeah, Hunter Renfro. Because I imagine they're gonna put Trey on Devontae, and you have somebody help with him. So Myers could
Yeah.
have a lot of not Myers, gosh, Renfro could probably have a lot of one-on-ones.
Yeah. Solid. And then our we have some breaks going on tomorrow. Pick your team variety. We have my break happening with 5 boxes, 3 megas, a hobby, and a blaster.
Blaster.
Probably newer. And then
That's fun.
Corey will have his break with 3 spots already gone from that as well. So hop on our extra viewer if you want to hop over to Twitch, no, TikTok. Check out our store, get into an NFL card break. That'd be fantastic. Welcome in,
Yeah.
whoever's watching. Welcome, welcome.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I broke those. I broke those boxes from my birthday yesterday. Although, I mean, I didn't get like as awesome things I would have hoped, but I wonder if this will even show up on camera. Yes, it does. There we go. Jamar Chase, pink rookie.
Oh, those are
Yeah.
nice ones.
A Amon Ra. Jeez. St. Brown rookie.
Solid, especially if he keeps performing like he did against the Chiefs.
Yeah. And I mean, again, this is just a handful, and this isn't worth a ton, but everyone loves Travis Kelsey. Little disco action there. I feel like there was another one that I was. Oh, and I got
Yeah, the discos are nice.
couple of these. So oddly enough, he's still like he's not down in the dumps in terms of value, but like this Trey Lance, pink rookie, um,
Yeah.
and then
There'll always be collectors of quarterbacks that have still chance to do something.
yeah. So I'm gonna try to post these this weekend. It's honestly part of the reason why I was annoyed that I had to go to work. Oh, and actually, hang on. There was one more that I don't think I told. So I got a couple of Patrick Surtains, and oh, here it is. And this one, it was numbered to it's 78 of 79. Um,
Hmm.
but
That's a weird number, 79.
yeah, but I got like 3 rookies of him, Optic rookie and the Optic Rising Star, and then that one.
That's pretty sick.
So I'm gonna put a couple of packs together, and then one that I had gotten from a break that I'm gonna part of like a Trevor Lawrence pack. This one I think looks pretty cool. This hype.
Yeah, that is nice. Yeah, he'll fetch a pretty penny.
Yeah.
The old good old he's the new media darling,
Yeah. Which is why I want him to suck.
right? Yeah.
Him
Like Josh's throne.
and Joe Burrow. Yeah, get the hell off of you Burrow and Herbert and Hurts. Mahomes,
Tua.
okay, whatever. He can hang out there, but
Oh, everyone's on the Tua bandwagon now.
they were last year until beep
Yeah,
boop my
I
brain.
hope he doesn't have. I hope he doesn't have that.
Me, me too. I just hope he plays poorly.
Yeah, we can hope that without the connected brain issue.
Yeah. How's your ACL tear doing?
My what?
ACL tear?
Oh
That guy.
yeah, right.
That guy's name was ACL tear.
A seal door.
No, but like, wasn't that from like the replacements or?
Oh, I don't. I do not. I thought you. I when you said that, I thought of Lord of the Rings.
Oh, hang on. What is
When
that
he was in
movie?
Mount Doom. Well, now you Google it.
Yeah, the comebacks.
Comebacks.
Yeah.
That sounds like a American Pie creation. Well, that puts a bow on this week's Friday episode of Sticks and Skins. Saturday morning, we'll be having our breaks over on TikTok. So head over there. Check out our eBay. We'll be posting some, like on the weekends, we'll be posting some player card lots based on who has performed well, trying to bite while the iron's hot.
Got him.
Got it. So, for Corey Duncan, I am Lawrence Foster. Catch you hopefully all on TikTok tomorrow. Go Bills.
Lawrence is gonna need some new teeth from biting that hot iron. That's for sure.